All right, today's video, we're going to be doing a 2-month review on the Mammotion LUBA 3. We actually brought it over to Lauren's parents' house. Was it like 2 months ago?
Yeah, it was in that first video where they reviewed the mini LUBA that they had, and they had had that one for about 2 months. And so we're back today doing a review for this full-size LUBA and to see how they like that. I think they really love it. I think they actually like it more than the mini one.
Yeah, we're gonna get their take on it, you know, what they think of it, if there's any good or bad suggestions, all that kind of stuff. But first thing, what we'll do right now is we'll bring you in a little closer so you can see it. We'll probably go over the specifications real quick. We'll just kind of go from there. We've been having it out here cutting this morning, so it's already done, I don't know, at least 15 feet from that fence right there. All right, so this is the Mammotion LUBA 3. It's an all-wheel drive robot mower, and it's got, the navigation system is called a Tri-Fusion.
Yeah, 360-degree LiDAR,
Okay,
AI Vision, Net RTK.
It does have a metal top here, so if something happens to fall on it, let's say a branch or it's going underneath a tree, something like that, you're not going to damage the LiDAR system in here. Right up here on the top, if for some reason you needed to have an emergency stop, you're just going to touch that button. You can have a power on button, a grass button, home button, and a start button. You're gonna have your rain sensor right here, and then of course your LiDAR right there. We move around to the front side. Right up here, you got a couple of cameras and a headlight right up there. And then if we lift it up, if you want to see the business end, yep. We have 2 blades right here with 6 razor blades on each one. Cutting width is 15.8 inches. And if I didn't mention it, this is the H model, which is like the taller grass model. And that's why these are orange on the side. If you want to take a look at the wheels, again, these do not turn like a vehicle or anything like that. They just have the little side wheels right here, so it'll drag itself across the ground whenever it turns. But this is a 4-wheel drive model right here, so these do go forward and backwards. Right up here in the front, that's gonna be like a bump sensor, so if you turn off the AI vision, if you just want this to cut like some taller grass, and you turn all the systems off, you know, and it cuts everything in its path, basically it'll rely just on this bumper system right up here. If we move to the back side, this is gonna be where the charging contacts are, and I think that's really everything about it. I mean, it's got some side lights right there. Again, it's got a headlight. Yeah, overall it is a pretty sweet robot mower.
It's like one of those dinosaurs that have the thing out front and they just
That was on Avatar.
Oh, that's not a real dinosaur?
I don't think so.
Okay, how about the sharks? The hammerhead shark?
The hammerhead sharks, yep.
It's like a hammerhead shark.
All right, I'm gonna turn it back on and we'll just see it avoid Lauren real quick.
Okay. And I would say something important to remember, because we found this out on our lawn, and I think Sue found it out too, was that
See, it just went right around you.
you really need to cut it one way and then cut it the opposite way right away, because it does miss some of the blades of grass the first round.
Yeah, it
so
can miss.
When you come back and you cut it that crosshatch or whatever the next time, then it seems to do a really good job of getting everything at that point.
Well, I'm gonna also say, whenever we were watching it across that area over there, the speed is set pretty high and it's doing a really good job of cutting.
They
Honestly,
do like to watch it zoom
yeah,
around the yard.
it's got like zoom mode on, and it is really, it's doing a great job of cutting. I'm not really seeing much missed.
I just did a couple, that's why I said that.
Okay, stay there, don't move.
I think it's something important to keep in mind is we kind of tend to expect perfection right at the beginning, because we're used to when we mow it ourselves and we really go slow and we get every blade of grass and, you know, whatever. But with this, it's kind of like be a little patient with it and let it do a crosshatch pattern, and it will look really nice.
It'll make your grass look like a golf course.
Yeah.
Like I said, it is 4-wheel drive, but the front 2 wheels, they don't turn or anything like that. They just go forward or backwards. and then the way it turns is the little side wheels on here. So you can set this up for multi-point turn or zero turn. And from what I've seen and heard from other people, it kind of depends on your yard. So you might want to try it out on both settings and see which one works the best. But here they have told me that the multi-point turn is better for their yard, and it doesn't tear it up. If it's on the zero turn, which I think it's on right now, she said in areas that can kind of tear up the yard or mess it up just a little bit. What else you got, Lauren?
It handles slopes up to 80%.
So we do have a little bit of a slope right here, but the bigger slope is going to be on this side of the house, and I don't think there's any tear outs anywhere that I know of, because we have the base station or charging station right over here in this little area. Previously, in this little area right here where it tries to go up into the base station, they had it on zero turn, so it turns around to go backwards and then up into the charging station. There was maybe some tear out or some rutting happening here, but once they changed it to multi-point turn, it's been doing a lot better, and I don't really see any tear out or rutting or anything right here, so that is nice. And we have the antenna system right here. Now I know a lot of the instructions and stuff say that you don't actually need the antenna, which I don't think we actually do. However, I think the instructions are kind of confusing, which they were to me, because I thought we didn't need the antenna. Once I hooked it up and I didn't have the antenna connected, we couldn't get a signal, but as soon as we hooked up the antenna, we were able to get the signal. So I'm still a little confused on that, but...
Well, we also watched a video that talked about the program should be available in your area, and if it's not available in your area, then just use the RTK and you'll be good to go.
Which I did. I did look up the
okay.
map, and we are in that coverage. And actually, if we look at the app real quick, okay, so inside the app, if we go over here to the little gear on the upper corner and we scroll down towards the bottom where it says RTK/iNavi positioning, we can see the robot signal quality is good. The RTK iNavi system is good. And then down here at the bottom for positioning mode, you can change that based on, like where you live. And here where we're at, I can click on this coverage map and it'll zoom into my area, and this whole area is covered, in this blue. I can zoom out to show you where it's not covered. So we are in the iNavi coverage. When you look at it like this, we basically don't need the antenna back here, but whenever I first connected it up and tried setting everything up, I couldn't get an actual signal until I had that connected. And then if you look over here at the very top, antenna over data link, that requires the RTK reference station, which is the RTK back there that we have. But anyway, for today's mowing, they said it takes roughly 4 hours for them to complete the entire yard, and that's the backyard, the sides, and the front. And then the only areas that they don't do is the little strip that's by the street, probably because I mapped it a little too close and it can kind of go out in the street. So that's probably my fault, and I could re-edit that if they want to. Probably not gonna go through everything inside the app on this one, but basically whenever you set it up, you have the option to do automatic mapping.
Have you gone over everything inside the app on a different one? On a different video?
Yes, I have, and that would have been the Yucca that we have at our house.
Okay.
So I'll link that one down below.
And that's gonna be the same app.
It's the exact same app, but the only thing that might be slightly different is this one you can change the height for the cutting deck, and then on the Yucca that we have, it's the older one that they don't offer anymore, you can't adjust it through the app. So anyway, what I was going to say real quick,
To watch that video.
yeah, I'll have that one linked down below. Basically, whenever you're setting up these robot mowers, now at least, you have manual mode or you have the automatic mapping. Automatic mapping is good if you have like a fenced in area. It can figure that stuff out pretty easily. But if you're up against a neighbor's house like this right here, and you share your lawn, you're going to want to do that in manual mode. For manual mode, you're just going to control it around your perimeter just like a remote control car, like when you were a little kid. And once you have your map set up, I mean, basically you just follow the instructions that it has right on the screen, and it's
pretty easy to do.
It is real easy to do, yeah.
Some robot lawnmowers are a little harder, but this one's not harder.
Right. This one, yeah, this one is nice and easy because you get 2 joysticks. You have one for forward and reverse, and then the other one is for steering. So it's real easy to maneuver around your yard to create your zone or maps. And if you have things like trees and stuff, like this tree right here, I did set it up as a no-go zone, but you don't have to, because the AI detection system on the robot mower will figure all of that out and basically get up as close as it can and cut right around it. Another thing that I was going to say about the avoidance system is they like to leave a little pail out here for the dogs walking by, and the robot mower will go right around that, so it sees that dish just fine. And one other thing I'll mention, right now they're setting up fiber optic in the neighborhood, so they have all these little tiny flags out here, and the robot mower didn't really see these. If it did, you know, it was occasional. So what they ended up doing was just putting some pool noodles around those, and it sees these things just fine, and it avoids it just fine. And last time I was here, this whole area was lined with pool noodles and flags, and it picked up all that stuff just fine. So overall, it is doing a really good job for the avoidance and detection system. And then one of the other reasons why they don't do the little strip here by the street, which is up here in front of the house, I'll show you real quick. Walking up here towards the front, there is some more of this pool noodle stuff and fiber optic stuff, so it will avoid this type of stuff right here. But one of the reasons why we don't cut up here in the front, mainly this one right here, is because like the edging is pretty steep right here. So when the robot comes around this right here and it tries to turn itself onto the strip, it has a really hard time trying to get those front wheels to roll over these high step right here. So that was really, really tough, especially in that spot right there, and then going around this little area right here. And that's basically because we're trying to set the mower half on the grass and half on the sidewalk, so we can get that, all of it, all the grass. I guess if you don't have it set up, you know, half on and half off, and you just keep the mower on the grass, then, you know, all of that will be just fine. And they don't mind doing that. They actually don't mind cutting their grass because they get exercise, she said, but having the robot mower, it just frees up so much time. They just have a blast with it. And all they do is sit there and watch it because it does such a good job. I do want to mention one more thing in the setup for the antenna and stuff like that. They do want you to move it, you know, away from the house. I think they say at least 10 feet away. We are under that 10 feet, and everything above it is nice and clear open skies, and we are not having a problem of getting a signal or anything like that. And then of course the other thing, parking the charging station right here, they do want it to technically kind of be open all the way around it, but as you can see, we have some bushes or plants right there and right there, and it does not have a problem of figuring out how to turn around and then back up into its charging station. So by all definitions and the instructions on setting it up, this is not how you're supposed to do it. So what I'm trying to say, there is some leeway whenever you set up your antenna and the charging station. Okay, we're gonna walk around the property just to show you what everything looks like and the job that it's been doing for the last 2 months. So starting off right here, we're kind of at the charging station and the RTK antenna. This would be the side yard, and this is the steepest part of the yard, and it does have 0 problems going up from that. It's probably a little harder to tell on camera, but it is very, very steep. We continue up here, and then our line from the front yard to the backyard, actually I made it roughly right here. So here back is going to be the backyard, and then there up is going to be the front yard, or like zone number 1. So this is going to be the front yard. And you can see their patterns that they do. Mm-hmm. They do the same thing that we do, is like a checkerboard pattern, and they will go this way and this way for one cut, and then the next time they'll crisscross it just like I do. Yeah, diagonally. So it does look really, really good. It doesn't look like it's been torn up or anything like that. And then on the other side of the driveway, this area is considered part of the backyard. So it navigates around these rocks and flowers, no problem. Here you can see the nice straight lines that it does. And then we make our way to the backyard. You can see it looks really, really nice back here. What do you say, Lauren?
Yeah, it looks great.
See anything bad torn up anywhere?
No.
I didn't either.
What did you think of this LUBA, the full-size LUBA that we gave you?
We like it.
That's a wrap.
And scene.
And done.
Just kidding. Well, first of all, we have to start out with the fact that the first mower, the Mini LUBA, which we named Mini Madge after the owner's nickname for wanting to know what's going on in the neighborhood. So that was Mini Madge, and then we got to trade Mini Madge in for Miss Madge, the bigger model. Next question.
Oh, okay. What was it that you liked about it?
Well, the key thing was the fact that Miss Madge could mow our front, our side, and our back in a matter of about 4.5 hours. And Mini Madge, the baby Madge, it took her like 14 hours in order to do that whole area. So the speed is incredible.
Yeah, so less than a third of the time.
Well, I'll get my calculator
does it
out
now.
and we'll see.
That's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I did the calculation
Yeah. Oh, thank
for
you,
you.
thank
I'm
you,
really
thank
good
you.
at that.
So there were some adjustments that had to be made on Miss Madge. It takes some getting used to, and one of the things that it took some getting used to was the way that it was, the lines that it was going down. When it was programmed, it was kind of going in a wavy motion. I thought it was pretty cool, but the owner thought, no, we need straight lines here.
The owner being your wife.
That's right.
Okay.
The real Madge, not Mini Madge or Miss Madge, but the real Madge.
Yeah.
She adjusted the speed down a little bit, and it started going in straight lines. A miracle, okay? So that was pretty big.
Some of those little adjustments that after the initial setup and stuff like that and using it, you find out that there's some little tweaks and adjustments that you make, and it does it better than it was doing it.
Exactly. So that was one thing. Then the other thing that the real Madge complained about was that when it went to return to the station, it didn't follow the perimeter. It came in from the perimeter a little bit, and then it got back to the station. My thought was, it doesn't make any difference how it gets back. It got back, okay? But that was a minor complaint that she had.
And she didn't like that because it started to show a path. I think that's what me and her were talking about earlier, was that it started after traveling that same path over and over and over again. It's like the Oregon Trail, right? It starts showing that path through the history. And I live in Nebraska, so you
That's
should know
right.
those things.
And who's
Yeah.
been on the Oregon Trail lately? You, yes. So, yeah, that was the concern. It kind of made a path.
Yeah.
And then the another just a minor issue was that she had it on a 0 turn radius. It tore up the grass a little bit, and then so she switched it so that it wasn't doing the 0 turn anymore. The other thing that the real Madge said concerned her a little bit was that Mini Madge, the first one, occasionally she would just shut down. She'd say, I'm tired, I'm going to sit here for a while, and if and when I want to get up and go again, I'll do it. But in the meantime, I'm taking a break right here. Miss Madge doesn't do that. Miss Madge continues on and on and on until she goes home to recharge.
Mini Madge would just stop, like in the middle of the lawn, and take a break or whatever.
Sometimes, not a lot.
Right. So it would lose GPS signal with the RTK, and then it wouldn't be able to figure out where it was or how to get back home. So it would just kind of hang out there until it either regained signal, or would you guys have to take it back to its home?
Yeah, she would pick it up and she'd walk it back there.
She'd remote control it back. So it would happen at the most inopportune times, of course.
So you called 922, Mini Madge Rescue.
Oh, I didn't know they made a number for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was an issue, but this one with the RTK doesn't seem to have that problem. And isn't the RTK on this one like twice as tall?
It is taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. The key thing is the fact that it gets it done so much faster. And it does a great job on the first cut, and then it turns around and it does it the other way. And it looks, like I said before, go to bed on Saturday night, you send her out. Sunday morning you wake up, you think, boy, that was a great Saturday night. Look at my lawn.
I love how much you love that.
It's the same thing. It's a great cut. The neighbors are so jealous. People walk by all the time and they stand there and they stare. They stare at it. Dogs stare at it. Dogs have not attacked it. They just stare at it.
Have they peed on it?
Nope, they have not.
Good.
We put some anti-pee spray on it.
Perfect.
But anyway, so we're very, very pleased with it. In fact, there she is right now.
That's all I have to say. What don't you like about it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. There's, what's there not to like? What's there not to love? I mean, I think it's an improvement over Mini Madge, but Mini Madge was pretty darn good. This just takes it to a higher level. This takes it to great. So I have no complaints, but again, I'm like an assistant groundskeeper here. I don't have all the power, but I think overall she's very happy.
Okay.
When she goes to bed at night, she's got a smile on her face. She's very happy.
Good.
No, not one complaint?
Not from me.
Not from me. Okay.
And then 0 turn.
We were talking about that when you guys weren't paying attention. There's 0 turn, and then what's it called when it's multi-point turn.
Right.
So yeah, that was probably a negative that I would be sure to pay attention to. Well, I think that's one of the reasons why people might buy it is because of the 0-point turn, because that sounds like a selling point. It sounds like something that's important or something that's cool and maybe saves time or whatever. And I think it does save time. I think Sue said that it's actually a lot faster when she puts it on 0-point turn. But the 0-point turn also can have a tendency to tear up grass because the front wheels don't turn, it slides them over. So instead of doing that 0-point turn, it does like a 3-point turn and then keeps going again. So that would be the thing that you think is a selling point, and it's actually, it can be detrimental. So, but you can switch.
But
the fact that you can switch it, I think, is pretty awesome because you're not stuck with the 0-point if you don't like it or whatever. So.
All right, well, that's going to be our review on the Mammotion LUBA 3. That's right here behind us. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you put those down in the comment section. If anybody's interested in the Mammotion LUBA 3, we'll have links down below. And
We'll see you on the next one.
deuces.
it seemed to tear up the grass. It tore up the gas.
Doesn't
No,
even
it-
use gas, but it tore it up. Oh, I think I've been saying that. Maybe you need to say that.
Okay, Madge's real name is Sue. News to me.
I've just been calling her Madge the whole time.